Evening. Sorry for
Welcome.
You're welcome, Mr. Chidex.
thank you very much. So, how many of you were able to do the assignment?
I, I did it.
I've not gone through it yet because I've been busy, very, very busy. But I'll go through it before Saturday. Through it before Saturday. So, what we'll do today is we'll do a little bit of we've been doing basics and we've been doing learning the nitty-gritty of how to do the basic stuffs with Python. So now we are going to go into Python for data analytics, right? So the main Python for data analytics. So of course, so many things will not be new to us because we must have seen some of them during the basic sessions. So what we're going to do now is we'll create a data set, but you don't need to learn that one because of course you use real data set. You won't be the one creating data sets. So we'll create a data set. So what I will do that quickly. So it won't take so much time. I'll just create a data set. So I want to create a kind of a large data set. So maybe like 10,000 rows so that we can now see how it works in the real world, right? So when we do all this, we'll later do real data. So when I say real data, like real data that has been worked on, and I'll do that. So what I'll do is I'll max the data. So because it's because of data protection, so I'll have to max the data, but not now, like I said. So for now, we'll create a data set, but you do not need that because you are literally not creating any um, data set. So we'll create the data set, then we'll perform. How many of you, I want this to be a bit interactive, not even a bit interactive, I want this to be very interactive because of course we have gotten into data, Python for data analytics. So I really want it to be really, really interactive. So we're going to also create what we call a very, very, very basic ETL. So ETL stands for extract, transform, and load. So how many of you have heard of ETL before? I really want this to be interactive, so just speak out if you've heard of
I've heard it,
ETL
but I've
before.
not seen it in use.
So it's called
I've
ETL
heard it.
pipeline. Yeah, so extract, transform, and load. So literally follows the name, extracting data, transforming the data, which is like a data cleaning pipeline, then loading the data, which is saving it and using that saved clean data, kind of, right? So yeah, so we'll delve into that today also if time permits. So hopefully time will permit for us to do that. So what we'll do that. So what I'll do in this case is when we are doing the ETL pipeline, we'll do it first, then we'll explain after doing. So after coding, we'll not explain it so that we won't waste so much time. So that at least we can finish it up. So first of all, code, then explanation of each line of code, then you can now ask your questions. So I think that's better just to save time. That's better just to save time. So because of time, let's see how we can maximize our time. Okay. So let's see. So like I said, I can only see the first 1, 2, 3, 4, the first 4 persons. So if you have a question, just unmute, or anything to say aside the question, you can just also unmute and yeah, just speak out. We will flow. All right. So first of all, you don't really need this, so I'll try and be fast with this. Let's create a data set that we can use. So we're going to create a very, very, very messy data set. So because we want to try and see how we can clean a data set, you know, at least the basic cleaning methods for data sets. So let's start that. So I'll start this first. Like I said, this is just creation of data set, so you won't need it because in the real world, you won't be the one creating a data set. You will be given the data set. So let's do this. Let's comment here. So and also we'll be solving, like I said, we'll be solving real world problems. So when we get a data set, when we want to use the real data set, right? We get the data set, we'll clean the data set, of course, pass it to the ETL pipeline, and we'll also analyze it, visualize it, then we create a web application to solve the problem that is being asked from that data set, right? So hopefully, I don't know, depending on how far we go on this today, then we'll see what happens on Saturday. So let's say 10,000 rows. So we can say 10,000 rows, and we can say this should be 30 meter. Yeah.
Creating the web application for you to answer the question, like you said, is it still data analytics?
Yes, it's kind of, so it's depending on, so you're likely going in depth, right? So in my own field, I do that. So you know, the world of data and the job itself is depending on the company you're working for, and is also depending on the business requirements. So so one of my basic roles is actually creating web applications. Um, you know, and I'll show you what I mean by that. Of course, not in today's class because we still have a lot before we get to that, but I'll show you how you can use that to solve problems, and I'll show you using a basic Streamlit app. So you use the most basic one that won't crack your heads much. So use Streamlit, which are available on Streamlit. So yeah, so
We don't mind. We don't mind anyone that will crack our heads. So our heads are meant to be cracked. We are okay.
so
I
we'll use
second
Streamlit.
that, GB.
No, Streamlit also will prepare you for the role, like you know, in case you want to go. Like I said, depending on the job requirements, but you know, I just want to take it up notch so that
Okay.
you know you should be able to fit into any of the roles that
Well,
might be
thank you.
required. So yeah,
All right.
so but take note, the web application might not be, you know, a common thing, right? So it might not be a common thing. So just take note of that. But I will do that nonetheless for you to be able to see how you can understand. I think I've sent one day on the one of the Chatty Fridays. I sent one. I don't know if you guys went through it. I sent one of the chat file. I sent one on the chat. I sent one on the chat. So that's just an example. I don't know. Does anyone have it? So you can share it on this chat. So those that don't have it can go through it and at least have an idea of what I'm talking about. Does anyone have that? There was one Chatty Friday I sent one I did for someone in Data Living. I don't know if anyone has that.
Oh, okay. Touchy that's that same one.
Yes,
You
so
said-
share something like, but yeah, it's something like, but it's not exactly what we're going to do. But share that in the chat so that people can go through that and have an idea of what we're talking about. So because what I'm about to do now, this creation of data set, you don't really need it. So while I'm doing that, you all can go through that particular link. Have you shared it? Or you don't have it? I don't know if I don't know where does anyone have that link? Jimmy, Chigozie. Is Chigozie here? I've not. Let me see.
Let
Chigozie.
me say I'm searching for it. I'll send it in a few.
Okay, yeah. So send it to this to the chat, this
Alright.
chat here, the Teams chat, so that you guys can be going through it while I'm creating this, because this might be a bit boring. Like I said, you won't need this because you won't be generating data sets. So let's see. When you shared it, just let me know. You can see matches, flaws, or let's just say flaws. Messy, really messy. Messy. So do things like let's say duplicate names. So names. Let's say values like it's like, so we have then we have the strengths also. Please, when you've shared it, just let me know. The strengths. Then we can also do things like let's say negative edges. So we need to make it really, really messy, so as to just have a clear of, or have a basic feel of how it is to, clean data sets. So can have, say, invalidate, have, say, salary column where we have like missing salaries. So
I've shared the link.
okay, I should please go through that link now. I don't it's Streamlit, so it might not open immediately. Let me see. Let me see just a moment. Let's see if it's just going to open. Did you share the one that ends with one render? I think it's opening. So try and open it on your system, your computer, so you have better feel of how it looks like and how. So that's an example of a web application. So let me go ahead here. So this is free, example free, it's a white space. See, mixed, let's see, and
Hello, Mr. Chides. Please, can you increase your font a little? It's so small.
Can you see it better?
Yes, it's okay now.
All right. So just so all right. So let's see. So take trust me, your data sets, because I'm trying to make it as dirty and as messy as possible. So most times these are the kind of data sets you're likely going to meet. And that's why I want to generate it myself. Because if you the ones you might download, might not be as messy and dirty as this. So that's why I'm doing this. So that we can have an idea of how crazily dirty and messy a data set can be, and you just throw it to you and you need to work with that data set. So
Are they recording?
yes, I think so. So leading rows, right, in the ID column. So let's say in ID, let's say occasional. I'll have like a rat CSV field. So let's this first. So this is what our messy and dirty data sets should look like. So you should have duplicate names, invalidate, negative ages, things like that. So are you guys going through that link? If you guys are going through it, so just for you to understand how a web application works. So as for this not to be so quiet, so tell me let's discuss while I'm doing this. What's your feel of how, or what do you think of how the web application looks like in terms of how do you think is actually solving a problem? So anyone?
For me,
You
sorry.
can yeah, go ahead.
Right. So for me, I feel the web application totally eliminates the need for you to generate visualization, dashboards, and the rest. And it makes it more cooler.
Okay, so okay, anyone else? Let me see what's okay, this is justice. Okay, anyone else?
Okay, so the way I'm looking at it, I'm just looking at it. It looks like something that is making a prediction, like based on what you have done in the back end, you just load maybe a data set to it, and it gives you prediction about, like I'm saying, maybe the growth rate, the renewable growth, something like that, Sharon. That's just what I can say from it.
Okay. Any other person? So two of you who spoke now? I know Justice spoke, but the second person I was not looking at your name. So both of you, yes. So machine learning is also part of it. So yes, so prediction, we call it predictive analytics generally, is in there. So which is actually predicting, solving a problem actually. So when you can predict, you can plan, right? Because you're predicting based on previous data. Yeah, so go ahead. Any other person? So just unmute if you want to speak. You don't need to raise your hands. Unmute because I won't be able to see everyone. So just unmute when you want to speak. Choose choose.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, just like the last person said, I'm just looking at it too, and this is my first time of seeing a web application dashboard. So, but I want to ask one or two questions about this data source where it says drag and drop file here. So, it does it mean that we can also upload file here to make analysis
Yes.
or to get some insight?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Okay.
But if you notice, that web application is meant for a similar data structure. So meaning that you should have similar
Data
columns. Yeah, similar columns and the rest. So if you go by the side, so this data was given was a problem one of our members in data living wanted to solve. So if you want the data set, you can get from it. I think his name is Bash. Yeah, Bash. So yeah, he dropped it on the group. Of course, it's been a while. Yeah, so he dropped the data set itself on the group chat. I forgot. I think collaborative. I've forgotten the exact channel. Collaborative or something. Yeah. So it's there. But if you check the side of the, should we call it the sidebar, you will see where it tells you what kind of data sets and how your data should look like. The data you want to upload, how it should look like. Check the sidebar. You should see that should be there.
Yes.
Have you have seen it, right? Yeah. So
thank you. Though I know that we also get there on how to do it this way too. But at least I love what I'm seeing here. So and I hope I can do something like this soonest.
Yeah,
Thank you.
we'll get to yes, we'll get to that. Of course, as we are progressing, we'll get to that this thing, because I want you guys to also know how to create basic web applications to solve basic problems. And you will see how to, like I said, create web applications, not just random web applications, but actual web applications that solve actual problems, right? So, and you will see how that is done when we get to that point. So let's just
Thank you.
see. Welcome. So any other person? So keep it going, keep it going. Any other person?
Okay, so I really like the fact that it has the visualization bar, or how do I call it, where you can visualize, which is just um, data analytics. Then there's also advanced forecasting, there's correlation analysis, which is machine learning all together in one. Yeah, so it's really mind-blowing. The correlation analysis and everything. Then the fact that it's even automated. So you can just put your data there, and then you just need to be able to read and understand your visuals, the correlation, and every other thing here. The numbers here, you just need to know how to explain them. Once you put your
Exactly.
data, yeah, once you put your data here, you can, yeah, you're good to go.
So
You don't need to
so
stress too
that
much.
now that's the essence why most businesses like web applications. So with that, you can do plug and play, what we call plug and play. You can even connect it straight to your database. So as the data changes, because that web application is dynamic. So meaning that as the data changes, the web application changes accordingly. So if you remove data from it, um, let's say the data has 10,000 rows, like what I'm creating, for example, and you remove 3,000 rows from it, then it's going to, you know, should I say, is going to regenerate everything automatically. So your charts will be based on those remaining 7,000 rows, and your machine learning will be based on those remaining 7,000 rows. Same thing applies if you add data to it. So if you add, let's say, extra 20,000 data, and you now have a total of 30,000 rows, then same thing applies. You know, everything regenerates like that. So for example, you can just explore, change the country, change the by the sidebar. I think it's at the sidebar. Change the country, change the continent. I think it's continent. I can't remember. And you know, you see that everything also changes in terms of the machine learning part, and that's the predictive analytics, and also in terms of the dashboard and the rest of them. So you can also explore that. So any other person.
But Chidex, you mentioned that the the what's it called, the web application now can take a number of columns and rows. So what if you now
Yeah.
add a number? You also said what you were saying. I think what if you increase it to like 20,000 from like 10,000? So how does that affect the? This is not clear.
So let me explain now. Now you have, let's say, your current data you're using on that, let's say you imported a data set, or the default data there. I can't recall the default number of columns, rows rather. So let's say it has 10,000 rows. Take note, the columns are the same. So let's say it has 10,000 rows and it's a business. So meaning that the things that are being added to that data, it's rows, not extra columns. If you want to give space for extra columns, then of course you have to now create your web application according to that. But if the business requirement you're dealing with, or more data is going to be pumping into this particular database, and the data, of course, is just adding up to the rows. So let's say salary, for example, salary, age, and the rest of them. Then you employ more people, right? You employ more staffs. So
Yeah.
the salaries and their ages will follow in rows,
Okay.
not columns. So the more the rules are being added. Yes. So if you fire someone or someone resigns, then it reduces, right? So
Yes.
now same thing. So you have the same columns, but either more rules or lesser rules. So I don't know if you understand.
Yes, I get. So that means you cannot add the
Any
row.
other person?
And
Said?
if there's need to add another row, let's say something came up and they need to add another row. Are you going back
Another
to
row
start
or
afresh?
column?
Sorry,
Another row or column?
another column. Sorry.
So if
Yeah,
you want to add a column, so there are different things. So if you either need to recode to accommodate that. So like I said, you need to understand the business requirements. You only work based on the business requirements. So if they tell you, oh, we need this to be able to accommodate more data in terms of rows, then you do that. If they say in terms of column, then you do that. But most times it's in terms of rows. Okay. Any other question? Or rather, comment concerning that, concerning the web application. How many are we? Everyone, let me see if I can. Kabar. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, so I'm sorry if I'm not. Kabar. Kabir.
Kabir.
Oh yeah, so yeah, sorry. Okay, so can you what's your observation about the web application?
Yeah, I've spoken. I was the third person that asked the question about
Oh, you
the
are the
type of
third person.
Yes,
Oh,
please.
sorry about that. So yeah, all right, sorry. So Modupe.
I was the second person that talked.
I'm so sorry. I told you guys I can't see everyone. Let me see. So let me see. I hope it's Ayomide. I don't know if you've spoken. Ayomide.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't get.
So like I was asking your own observation or comment about how what the web application is doing.
Okay, general web applications, like not related to data or. Sorry.
No, the one on the. Have you opened the one on the group?
Okay. Oh no, not yet.
Okay, so let me. Since some people don't know about that, so I will announce it again. So there's a link on the group. This particular chat, Peter, I guess is this Teams chat, right? You posted it.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm not seeing on this chat.
Okay.
I'm not seeing anything.
On this chat.
Sorry.
This particular Teams chat, not the data living
No,
community.
can't see. On chat.
Really?
Yeah.
And maybe she just joined.
I'm not seeing. I think I had a network issue, so I was locked out. So have it out.
So
yeah, I'm not.
Can you please send it again to the group?
I'm just seeing
yes
someone's comment on.
So
I will be missing
will,
the class.
he
I think that's the
will
last
post
thing
it
I'm
again.
seeing.
He's going to post it again, so that you can see. So please, while he posts it now,
That's what I'm saying.
everyone that
my network is bad.
Oh. But nonetheless, while he's posting it, so those that just joined that have a good network can also click on it so that we can discuss it also. So because some people said they don't know what the web application looks like. So okay. Has it loaded now? Your MIDI. I don't know if you've seen it now because of the network.
Yes, I have.
Okay, so
Right,
you can
so
open it and go through it.
okay. So am I to make comments about it?
Yeah, yeah. So what's your what do you think that is doing generally? Let me just use that word.
I think it just updates, I think, on the forecast.
So for
Uh,
a business, what do you think it does for let's say that's what you are giving back to the business, right? The solution you are presenting to the business. You've done your business requirement gathering. You've literally done everything, right? You've done your analytics, done your predictive analytics also, statistical analytics. Then this is your feedback you're giving. How are you going to explain it to the layman, to the stakeholder who's not tech savvy?
mhm, mhm, mhm. uh, I think you just anyway, I don't think I have an idea actually, but I just
Okay.
as an analyst, is that what you're asking? What
Yeah,
what
as
will
an
I
analyst.
say? Okay, honestly, I'm new to, but then I
Okay.
think it
Okay.
just give. So I'm not just new to data analysis or that general, but
No
then I
worries,
think
no
it just
worries.
gives an overview of I think he just updates or gives a percentage according to what I'm saying here. I don't know, but if I don't know, let me not just say. I just feel
Yeah,
that
no
they
worries.
just analyze it. Okay, let me just not use the word analyze, but just giving a breakdown of maybe what of the rough data that has been given. So just makes it meaningful. Let me put it like that. Makes it meaningful.
Okay.
Something like that. I don't know. Sorry,
All right,
but
no worries, no worries.
Chidex,
So
good evening, Chidex.
yeah,
Yeah, this is
yeah, good
Abdulsamad.
evening.
Yeah, I've been trying to like I've been listening to what everyone is saying this morning. Like because I'm trying to explore the whole thing. I've checked the core, the dashboard, the forecasting, the growth efficiency, and correlation as well. More like
Yeah,
it's just trying to give like the main KPIs for this particular renewable analytics for this renewable analytics. So more like it's trying to what's it called? Like trying to um the focus is on four KPIs. I mean, like what I'm saying here, talking about the latest CO2, the latest renewables, and the CO2 growth rate and renewable growth. So those are the things that okay, the stakeholders would or definitely would be expecting from this kind of dashboard. And again, one fantastic thing about this particular web application is that so um each time this each time the let's say the data is being updated, so everything will change automatically, right? Like,
yeah.
wow, that's fantastic. So I think I'm looking forward to to create something like this very soon. So
bro,
that's what I've seen
So
so
Abby,
far. And
I
also
know.
I can see the what's it called? Like the way you built the advanced forecasting part, like I really loved it. Like it was, I mean, it showed the what's it called, the clear how do I put it, like the clear confidence interval, which is
yeah,
95%. So it's clear, so one can really know, okay, if what's it called, the kind of forecast which is going to be like, okay, it's going to be is 95% or 80% or something like that. So of course, okay, for
exactly.
this forecast part, like it can either be 95%, 85%, or 80%, right? I mean 80%, 95%,
Yeah,
and 90%, right?
Yeah.
right? Like, is it dynamic? I mean, I'm talking about the confidence level, the confidence interval. Is it
So
dynamic or is just
so so the confidence interval. So first
yeah?
of all, like I said, the data you are using also matters, the quantity of data. Because remember what I said, if you use if you remove data, everything is going to also regenerate. If you add
Okay.
data, everything is also going to regenerate. So that web application is scalable. So scalable in the sense that, for example, the manual ways you can import your own CSV. So let's say um, the default CSV for that renewable data is what it's using currently. So
Mm-hmm.
if your CSV has, let's say, take note, it's the same CSV. You give me the CSV, for example, with let's say 10 columns, right? And
Yeah.
10 columns, 10,000 rows, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, I worked on it like that. So 10 columns, 10,000 rows. Then, of course, you're a business, so things happen. So either more columns, more rows are added, so which is more data, or more rows are withdrawn, which is less data.
Less data.
So I will
Yeah.
give an yeah, so I will give an example. That's why I use an example of, for example, salary, age, and the rest of them. So let's say you employed more staffs. So the salary, age, and the rest is going to be added to each of, so mean that more rows are added, because take note, you already have salary, age, and the rest columns, which is
Mm-hmm.
the main data for the business, right? So when you employ more people, more data is added. So meaning that if you had 10,000 and you employ, let's say, extra 100 people, you now have 10,100, right? Now,
Yeah.
inside that 10,100, let's say next 6 months, 50 left the business, right? Then
Mm-hmm.
it will now reduce to 10,050,
And 50. Yeah.
right?
Makes sense. Yeah.
So now, so when it's went to 10,100, everything regenerates again. So predictive analytics is now based on that 10,100. The dashboard is now based on that 10,100. So same thing happens when it moves down to 10,050.
Mm. Yeah. I get it. So also like does the size of the file that maybe um let's say
Yeah, the
okay,
size,
like
I put the limit there.
like
So
does it
if you go
okay.
to the
Yeah, no, 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 no,
if
no.
you go to the
Of
sidebar,
course, I've seen it. I've seen it as like I'm seeing limit 200 MB. Like what I'm saying is that okay,
yeah.
like the like let me say like is it unlimited? Like more like if I'm trying to be okay, let's say we're now adding more data. Like maybe okay, let's say data is being added every day just to see the
Yeah,
analytics, right? So like does it like
yeah.
is it limited to some to a kind of like number of let's say like gigabytes or terabytes or
So
something like that?
so so now take note. This what we are doing is just teaching, so it's manual. So most
Yeah.
times
Okay.
this is connected to databases. So of course, if your
Okay.
database is big enough, then
Okay.
so especially if it's the cloud. So if it's a physical database and the
Uh-huh.
cloud, you have the physical database, you have the cloud
Yeah.
database.
On premise
So
and cloud. Yeah.
so yes, on premise and cloud, yeah. So that's the so it's depending on the size of that database.
Okay.
So
Okay.
of course we
Okay.
work with that. Yeah. So this is just, of course, this is just a simple example of how to create. So this is not like exactly what you do, but just an overview of how it looks like.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. So any other person, any other person. I want this to be interactive, and I like the way it's interactive. So any other person. Let me see. Focus. Cefiat. Cefiat, are you there? Let me see any other person there.
Chidex, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to. So I've noticed something again now. On the what's it called, on the growth and efficiency. So just like the way we do in Power BI or maybe Tableau as well. Like okay, for the years. So if you try to click on any of the data points, I'm expecting it to just give me information for that particular year. But it's not. I'm clicking on the data point, but it's not. Is what's it called? It's not showing. It's like it's static.
Let me see. Try open this here.
Because I can see some KPIs underneath, like okay, the average CO2 growth rate, the average renewable growth rate, and like so so what I want is that okay, if I just click on any of the data points for a particular year, so I'm expecting to give me that what's it called, that values underneath, the average CO2, the
For
average
the
renewable
year.
growth for that particular year. But it's not, it's like
Yeah.
it's not working.
Let me see. Long up. Let me see.
Actually, I mean, when we get to that
Yeah.
point, we'll be able to resolve order one now. Maybe we should just do
No, I'm
we should
opening.
go slow and steady.
So just a moment, because this data set I'm creating is going to be a bit long. So
Okay.
yeah, so that's why I just want
So
us to be doing
yeah,
this. So you said
sorry for cutting in.
what part of
Or
it?
is it
What
because
part of it?
yeah, I'm talking about the growth efficiency. So again, maybe it's because of the heading, like okay, year over year growth, like you're trying to compare the years, or is it
Yeah.
maybe that's why that part is not maybe that part is not
Okay.
included.
So
What I want is that okay, now if I just want to see the only information about a particular year, so when I just click on the data point, I want it to give me the average CO2 growth rate, what's it called, the average renewable growth for that particular year, and the CO2 growth volatility and renewable volatility as well for that particular year. But it's not working. Maybe
That's like
so if
filter,
you
you mean?
so
yeah,
if you go to so can you hear me?
I can hear
If
you.
you go to if you go to the advanced predictive analytics, now take note.
Yeah.
If you want to see that based on the let's say for example, if you change this now, so you want to see the average, let's say for CO2, are you on the advanced forecasting tab?
Yes,
Are you there?
I'm there. Yeah, I'm there.
So if you put your mouse, for example, on the previous ones, which is the already existing data you have,
Okay, the
you can
historical one,
see, for
right?
example, yes, you
Okay.
can see, for example, um, from 2020 January 1999. If you see historical is 22.9K.
Yeah.
If you
Okay.
move, so take note, these are the previous ones now. So it's not like it's predicting these ones. These are the ones that are already there. So the
Already there,
predictive
okay.
ones are, yes, the predictive ones are the ones from 2023 upwards.
Upward, yeah. Good.
Yes. So meaning that if you want to see that, you can use this tab. You can also, if you see the variable, you can change it to renewable equivalent primary energy, CO2 per
Okay.
capita. You can also change the category. So you can see that through that particular tab. You can get that information through that
Okay.
particular tab.
Okay. Okay. Maybe it's because the
And the what
growth
we are
and the efficiency
analyzing
tab
is year
is
over
all
year.
about year over year, exactly. So that's what I'm thinking as well. That's what I'm thinking as well.
So,
Thank you.
so if you're welcome. So I've not heard Chigozie's voice. So what's happening? Chigozie, is he in the class? Not heard his voice.
Boss, I'm here. I'm actually having an issue with my browsers. I don't know. I can't check anything there. Any website I load now, it tells me it can't be reached or something. So I didn't bother. So I left it like that.
Oh.
Maybe later I sort it now.
All right, no worries. Okay, let's continue. Let's call this corner. Call this corner. If I had known, I would have just done this before the class, so we can just, because this is going to take time. Okay, I'll do this. What I will do now is this. What I will do is this so that it doesn't take time. Let's do like this. Still. So, who said they have done that previous assignment? The last assignment.
I've done it.
So what?
Chigozie.
Yes. So what I want you to do now is, I don't know if you can, because you complain of something now. So I don't know if you can share your screen. So while I'm doing this, you share your screen and we do the correction of that, because I think that's also another great way of learning too, because we've not done the correction for that. So while you're doing that, each person maybe can take a number and do the correction for that. So even those that have not done the assignment yet, at least can also know how to do it. So who wants to go? Let me stop sharing if you want. So who wants to start?
Okay, let me start now.
All right. So I'll be doing this while you guys are doing that so that we don't waste time. So at least we know that we've done the corrections to the assignment. So you can share your screen. So please, even after the assignment, you guys should still submit. For those who have not submitted yet, still submit. I want to still see what you did. So even after the assignment, still submit. So go ahead, share your screen. Gozi, are you there? Okay, yeah, I can see your screen now. Yeah, so how we'll do it is one person, one question, so everyone can, follow up.
So is my screen visible now?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, is someone with the question right away so that they read it out
So
for me?
someone should please be reading out the questions.
Should I go and take a peek at the question or what?
But why are you guys quiet? Someone should read the question now. Instead of taking a peek, it's going to waste more time. Someone should read the question.
Okay, let me quickly check it.
Okay, let me read the question.
Okay.
All right.
So question 1.1, data frame setup. You create the DF, that's data frame from the notes using a Python dictionary. Are you there?
Okay, yeah, I'm listening.
So we have
Okay.
toy, which serve as the key. So toy and the values are we have ball, doll, car, and block.
Okay.
So for
Can you just
sorry.
wait so that you'll be calling it for me, please?
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Let me go back. The
The
key, which is
first,
toy.
okay,
Yeah.
toy.
So and then for the values, we have the ball, doll, car, and block.
Okay. The first one is ball. Second one is doll.
Doll.
Third one
Okay,
is
car,
car.
and block.
Block. Okay, block.
Yeah, block. Yeah.
Block.
So for the
Okay.
second key, which is the price.
Price.
So sorry to cut you short. So I will be putting comments also, so that at least when I share the notebook, like I said, you don't need it, but you just for you to understand what is being done. So I'll put comments. Someone usually asks for that, so that's very good. So I'll put comments also, so you can have an idea of what it is. So go ahead, please.
Yeah. So the values for the price, we have 10, 20, 15, and 5. 10, okay.
20.
10, 20, 15, and 5. For the but for the
and
price, it doesn't and 5, yeah. It doesn't have decimal. It's just 10, like integer. 10, 20, 15, and 5.
Okay. I was just 10. Okay. So the
And
next one.
Yeah, stock.
A stock.
Oh, the values are you have 50, 30, 40, and 100.
Finish.
No, remember to import pandas as PD. So import pandas as PD. So we
No,
have
the data. The data is. Are we done with the data?
Yeah, we're done. We're done. We're done with it. We're done with it. So that's all
Okay.
for figure 1.1.
The unders PD. DF. So PD. Data frame. Data. Yes. Oh, I've not even selected. Just a second. It's connecting to the kernel. Okay, why that one is good? Because I think the 1.2 is equally directly linked to this one. So let's go on with 1.2, please. 1.2 says what?
Top and bottom rows. Top and bottom rows. Use a pandas method to display the first 2 rows of your data frame. Then use another method to display the last 2 rows. So we have .head and .tail. So for the first 2 rows and for the last 2 rows. So that's the question.
Okay. I don't know why my stuff is taking time to connect to and DF till hi. Is it inline? What's in that? Nope. No. I beg. Let's go like this. Okay, I'm done. So who's going for the second one? Okay. Number one is it only 1.1 and 1.2, please?
We have 1.3 as well. 3.
Okay. Should I finish it up or someone else takes over?
Someone should be able to do that now. I just want to be sure everyone are following up. So someone should be able to do that. If one person is doing everything, then we can't evaluate how many people are actually, following up. So someone should be able to do that. Except, there are different people that attend different classes. So, but I know that to the best of my knowledge, I know that there are consistent people. For example, Chigozie, which is one of them. I know Jimmy. I know Sefiat. Wait, let me look at the chat again so I see everyone. Because I can't see everyone like this. I know Oiza, at least she attends also. Peter, consistent. Um, Can I view everyone? Can't view everyone here. But I know there are some consistent people. So please try and answer that. You can just share your screen and answer. Okay. Chigozie, finish the whole of number 1. So maybe someone else will share the screen and finish the whole of number 2 like that.
Okay. So 1.3.
Yeah, accessing a column. Access and print only the price column. So what kind of pandas object is returned? Series or data frame? That's
Okay.
that's all for 1.3.
Okay. So here we'll have the column of price. The price column, right?
Yes.
Column. Column. Okay, so it is a series. So return the series.
Was this assignment given in the last class, after the last class? Because I did not see this thing.
Okay. I'm done with number 1, so I'll stop sharing then. So someone else goes for the next number.
All right, someone should go for number 2. I'm almost done. Someone should go for number 2.
I've not seen the question. I didn't see the questions actually. I didn't know when they drop assignments.
Wasn't dropped in the Python challenge
After last class.
Python challenge.
Well, I didn't know.
Not immediately after the class. I think 2 days after the class. I can't recall. Either 2 days or 3 days after the class. I can't recall.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
Jimmy, but you saw the link he posted now, like where we normally submit the assignments. Because this time around it was a little bit soft. I even had to ask him again for the assignment. But the whole assignment, all of them are embedded in that link.
Oh, I did not see it. I did not see any. I didn't visit the channel, maybe that's all.
And I even wrote it there that the question itself and the submission is in. I think I did that. I specified that also when posting it. I specified that if I'm not mistaken. So anyone else? It's done. I think there are 4 questions there, right?
Yes, there.
And it's just one that has been done. This is serious. So no one else can. Just a moment. Let me see. So people that are here. What about Peter? Okay, Jimmy, Peter, we have Jimmy. Okay, Jimmy said you didn't see it. Peter, Abdul Samad, Ayomide. Okay, I think Ayomide said she's just joining. Justice, Martha.
I can't. My system is almost dead. I've done the assignment. I can just read it out. That's fine. I can't share my screen.
Don't worry. So we might not be able to even
No, no,
finish
friend, class.
reading it out because I'm almost done with what I'm doing. Okay. Save this. So since no one is doing it, let me share my screen. So continue. There's this. Okay, so can you see my screen?
Yes, you can. For such index, how do you know how to do all this data frame
You said?
data sets? Well, how do you know how to create all these data sets? Is this something that we will have to know later on?
It's not compulsory. You can Google, you can the ones, of course, np.random literally creates random data set. So this is just specifying the kind of random things you want. So that's why I what do you call it, commented them. So you're just specifying the type of random data you want, duplicates, how many duplicates, and the rest of them. So, but like I said, you can Google. These things are not it's not rocket science. You can Google, for example, how do I create several categories? How do I build a data frame? You can Google that. That's not a big deal. So the more after you've Googled maybe 10 times, even 50 times. So the more you're doing it, the more you're now getting used to it. So it's not like it's these things are things you can Google and do yourself. Okay, so let's run this and see. Hopefully it doesn't give us an error. Okay, no error. So we really have a dangerously messy data set. Like if they give you this data set to work on as a data analyst, you'll be really, really angry. It's so dirty, and it's the idea. So we have an idea of how a data set is, really, really messy, and how we can handle that. So let's just see, for example, let's call this. Sorry, let's call it the head. Let's look at the first 10 rows. Let's run this. You see, you can see, you can see like is is
I'm
super
sorry, please. Are you going to
messy.
share this data set with us so that we can be along with you?
Yeah, I will share the notebook. The notebook. I'll share the notebook.
No, but we're supposed to code it too, right? Or how is it going? How do we now?
No, this where you do the coding is where you want to now do the ETL pipeline. Because for this, like I said, in the real sense, you are not the one that will create your data set, right? You work with a data set of either a database or something. So this one, the reason why I will repeat it again, the reason why I'm creating this data set is because I want a data set that is as messy and as dirty as possible, right? Like when I say as messy and as dirty as possible, like it contains literally every kind of, almost all the, not all, but at least almost all the you have to use almost all the data cleaning strategy, on it. So let's look at the last 10 rows. You can see all these, some missing. So you can just check the data types. So you can see ID is object and ID should be integer. So if you look at it, ID should be an integer. Name is object, so that should be correct. Age should be an integer, but age is object. So age should be an integer, but age is object. See, salary float is correct, should be a float. Date is an object, it should be in date time. The format should be in date time, not object. Category is an object, okay. So let's df dot size. The size 61,200. The data size. Let's see df dot shape. So we have 10,200 rows and 6 columns.
Okay.
So let's see.
Sorry, Chidex. So does that mean for the df dot size, does that mean we're having like 61,200 records rows rather, right?
No,
It's 1,200
we're having 10,000.
records.
So it's
No, I'm
this
talking about
time
the
this.
df size. Yeah, I know.
So the df size is, yeah.
So like if you're going to interpret that 61,200, so how are we going to say it? Is it 61,200 records?
Yes, literally that's what you call it.
Okay.
Then if you now want to say how many rows are there in that record, you say we have 10,200 rows and 6 columns.
Okay.
So you can do df dot. Have we done df dot info? No. So let's say df dot info. Right. Let's say df dot describe. Right. So we just want to see how the data looks like. So seeds. So we have some missing values in salary, in age, and in category. Okay. So let's try this. Yeah. Okay. So this is including both the numeric and non-numeric columns. So this is just for only the numeric columns. So
yeah, sorry.
Look at how
Chidex.
messy. Yeah.
So please, can you scroll up, please, before you okay, that df dot what's it called? Df dot info. Yeah. So how do you know okay, how do you know that's okay, this for salary and which other ones are null? Yeah.
So look at
you
now.
just look at
you
just
see,
looked there and you just
yeah. So look at it. You have 10,200 entries. So we have 10,200 rows, right?
okay.
So you have 10,200 rows. So in ID you have 10,200 rows. So which is a complete row. In name you have 10,200 rows, which means it's a complete row. Or in age you have 9,393 rows. So you know that this is not a complete row. Salary 9,524. This is not a complete row. Date 10,200 is a complete row. Category 9.
Category. Yeah.
So
Okay.
this is how you do that. You're welcome.
Okay.
So let's see df dot is null. Not some. Right. So let's run this. We can also do. Remember what I told you guys in last class. We can also do is NA, and it's going to give us the same results. Okay. So we can also do a check for duplicates. If we say df dot duplicated, so false, 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 where there are no duplicates, true, where there are duplicates. So if we want to see it, the total of duplicates, we can just say C, let's just see here, then we now add dot sum, the way we did it for null values, right? See 56 duplicates, right? So we can go on and see how let's see what we have done here. Okay, let's add one more. Let's see the rows that we have, some of our duplicates. Add the rows, let's see, let's call it duplicates. It's rows. Let's call this equal to so let's print just instead of using print, let's just copy this and paste it. Paste it here. Let's see. Okay. Oh, literally, we have duplicates in ID one, name, age, salary, dates, category. Okay. So this is, we have not done anything yet. So we are just inspecting the data, right? We've not literally done anything on this. So this is just data inspection to see what the data is all about. So we have confirmed that this data is so super messy and super dirty. And of course, it means that we will need some data cleaning to do. So what we're going to do next is we're going to create a basic, just a very basic ETL pipeline, right? Which is, you all know, we've said it before, extract, transform, and load. So we'll create a basic ETL pipeline that we can use. So we just, use it to simulate how it is like. So let's say this data is from a database from that business, right? So we want to simulate how it is like. Let's see what's the time, because that ETL pipeline take us a while, but let's see. This is 8:31. This is 9:31. It's actually going to take time. I don't want us to cut it short. So what I will do now is this. It's going to take us time. I don't want us to cut it short. So I want us to finish up the assignment so that we can start this at the beginning of the class on Saturday. So let me just explain what we are going to do. So create this ETL pipeline, which is we create a pipeline that extracts the data from the database, transforms the data, which is cleaning of the data, standardization of data, then loads the data. So it saves the data and prepares it for maybe analytics or machine learning. But in this case now, we'll go with analytics first, right? So that is literally what we are going to do. So it's going to be really basic, and but it's going to give you a very broad idea of what to do in scenarios like this. Then when we do that, we'll ask what we call basic business requirement gathering. We'll ask questions from the business. Of course, we're simulating all this. It's not like it's right. So ask questions. What do they want to solve? Blah, 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 and the rest of them. So we'll do that. Then we'll create our ETL pipeline, right? So we'll do that immediately. So we're going to start 8 sharp, 8 on the dot. So 8 for those in WAT, West African time, And so those in the UK, it's 7 p.m. We're going to start at sharp so that we don't cut it, because if we cut it, the flow won't be there again. So I want us to just go through the ETL pipeline once and for all without us cutting it short. So yes, so with these remaining 20 minutes, let's just continue the assignments. Then we'll do this one in the next class. Like I said, so first of all, any question concerning what I said in terms of the ETL pipeline? Any question? Okay, so yeah, it's literally going to. Oh, Jimmy, you want something?
No, I
saw
was going
you
to say
unmuted.
the data now we don't have it. So if you are doing it, normally we used to
Yeah,
code alongside.
I would drop this notebook. I will drop
Okay.
this notebook. This
Oh,
is still our notebook. Look at it from the top. This is one notebook I use for everything. So if you scroll to the top, you see that this is the beginning of how we started. So it's the
okay.
same. If you check, it's the same notebook I use. So I'm going to drop the notebook the way I usually do on the Python group. So before our next class, you can run that data, that code, so you get your data on your system, so that we won't have any issues when we are starting. So this is our Python class notebook. So everything we have been doing from the beginning is here. Everything is here, and that is what I always drop after our classes. So you can get this, run it on your notebook, so you can get it out, and so we start together, because we are going to do the coding session for the ETL pipeline together. So we'll go through the questions together, the business questions, business requirement gathering. So we want to know what problem do you have, what's solution you are expecting as the business or as stakeholder. We're going to look into all those. So I don't want it to be cut short. So the flow should just go, without saying, oh, let's cut it here and continue it next class. No. So we start 8 sharp, which is, like I said, 7 for those in the UK, 8 for those in WAT time zone. So we start 8 sharp, and so we can use those 2 hours to run through the ETL pipeline and also run through basic analytics. Then we can now maybe build a basic web application to solve that problem. So we're going to do this. The reason why I brought this up is this. I'll tell you guys something. It might sound crazy, but constant practice, you will be really good. If you keep on practicing with real world things that you see that are needed in the real world, you do it day 1, or let's just say week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. Like I said, if you are not in the field currently, so if you're not working as a data professional currently, you have to keep on practicing these things. You might know it today, and because you're not working as a data professional currently, you just leave it. Trust me, after 6 months, if they call you for an interview, you're likely going to be blank. You're likely going to be blank. So you need to keep on practicing these things. So, and I promised you guys something at the beginning, if you remember that. I want you guys to be at least an entry level job ready, So what we'll be doing is we'll be taking things like this, dirty data sets, cleaning them or running them through ETL pipelines, right? Doing analysis on them. The ones that require machine learning, I don't know, I will confirm from Cefiat later, but we can put that aside for now, because just to avoid you guys going too deep and getting confused. But I'll confirm later. But going into data analytics, machine learning if required, then building web applications, we'll keep on doing that with different data sets, understanding how all these things work. I want us to get to this level that we do it, we keep on doing it, keep on doing different kinds of data, different types of data from healthcare, from finance, we just work with, so we understand the nitty-gritty. So you appreciate the data community as a whole, because now you now understand, oh, this is what it means to be a data professional, because we'll try as hard as possible to simulate real world experiences. So when I'm saying simulate real world, I'm not talking about Titanic data set, no, real world experiences. So I will try and mask some data. Some data I've worked on in the real world, I will try and mask it. So for example, I might just use the same column names, but generate different data under those column names, right? Just generate different data under those column names, but the column names will be the same, but generate different data under those column names. Then we'll work on that, so we'll just do it for different kinds of data, understand how we solved each of those problems for each of those kind of data. And I want to believe that if we do this consistently, because it's the trick I used on myself back when I was learning. So if we can do this consistently for the next November, between now and the end of December, there should be a tremendous change. I don't want to believe that there's a way you're attending this class, 2 sessions, Thursdays and Saturdays, between now and the end of December. So let's say between next class and the end of December, that you won't notice a tremendous change. Because now, take notes, when we are creating this ETL pipeline, I forgot to add this, we are also involving SQL. So, meaning that on Saturday, we are coding with both Python and SQL inside our notebook. So you will see how it works. And it's really interesting. It's really going to be interesting. I want us to come prepared for that in terms of eat good food, take your water. It's going to be a long ride. So I want us to keep on that streak, right? We're going to keep on this learning streak. We do it Saturday, next Thursday, next Saturday, different types of data. We'll follow the exact simulation, business requirement gathering, speaking to the stakeholder. Of course, like I said, these are simulations, right? We'll just follow that routine, right? We'll just do it like that for each of the problems we are solving. And like I said, we're solving real world problems. I'm making sure of that. So, of course, I expect you guys to put this in your GitHub and on your whatever we'll be doing from next week. So whatever we'll be doing from next week Saturday, sorry, this week Saturday rather, 2 days from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 2 days from now. So whatever we'll be doing 2 days from now, this is the time to start updating your GitHub, and if you have a portfolio website, also your portfolio website, because we are now going proper into data analytics. So which you can see here, for example, you've seen how we have 10,000 rows, 10,200 rows, and you can see how messy and dirty this data is. Saw the overview. Like I said, I'll drop this on the Python challenge channel, so you can see these are not supposed to be there. There's no name that has this. Is either you're bearing a name or you're not bearing a name. You can't say Frank and a smiley, right? So these are the things you see in the real world that you need to sort out. So it looks so sweet. Oh, they pay you very well because you're a data professional. Oh, you work hybrid or you work fully remote. Oh, you're enjoying yourself. No, you get your hands dirty. Look at this kind of name now, Frank. This is not a name, right? So you need to understand your data, and we'll go into that. Understand your data, and do thorough cleaning, thorough standardization, and normalization. Yeah. So any question? What's the time? It's for 3. Any question?
Are we going to do for and machine learning as well, because I think that's where you can say you're a
So
data scientist, right? Or how do I put it
yeah,
now?
so we'll first focus on data analytics. So I will discuss with the community leaders if we should go into machine learning. But for now, just to um just to make it easily understandable by everyone, you get the analytics part of it first. Because this is it. When you are doing the machine learning, it's literally everything after you've done your analytics. Because your data needs to be clean before you do your machine learning. You don't do machine learning on dirty data analysis. So yeah, so we'll focus very well on the analytics part. Then I'll discuss with the community, maybe January next year, I don't know, but I will discuss with the community how we should go forward in terms of the machine learning part of it.
Alright.
You know, how we should go forward. But of course, when we are doing the web applications, some of them we might have some machine learning, like this one you saw now that had predictive analytics. So we might have some machine learning involved, for example, Facebook Prophet, the rest of them. So we might have some machine learning involved. So, but maybe we'll try and make it as basic as possible. But generally, we're focusing more on the analytics part of it. Then we might see the machine learning part of it when we are doing the web application. But like I said, it's going to be as basic as possible. Right. So it's not good. Is for now, at least. Let me use that word for now. So any other
Yeah,
question?
yeah, Chidex, thank you. So I'm thinking about something now. Like the way we
Okay.
do like the way we do our analysis in Power BI, for instance.
Okay.
Okay, we're having like let's like we're having like a large data set. Okay, it's dirty, right?
Okay.
We've cleaned it and the
Yeah.
likes. Also in Python as well, do we have something like a fact and dimension table? Like we break it down. I mean, okay, let's say we normalize it, right? Right? The word normalization.
Okay.
So we normalize it and then we will try to break it down into tables before the read analysis. Do you also have that in Python as well?
So you're trying to say put it in like in a tabular form.
I like more like we're having like a fact table and dimension table, just to break that large table, that so-called large table into simpler tables. Like, do you get my question?
Okay. Yeah, no, I don't understand, but let me explain how it works
Okay,
here. So
okay,
in this case now, for example, you create your ETL pipeline, for example, right? So you in the extraction part of it, you you make it known the what you want to extract, right? So what you want to extract, you can how will I put it now to make it easier? So let's do it like this. Let me explain it like this rather. You're creating your ETL pipeline, which is your extraction, extract, transform, and load. So of course you import your necessary libraries, then you now define the things you want, under that ETL pipeline, right? So for example, the types of cleaning you want to do, right? In terms of standardization, outliers, missing values, your date time columns, your date columns, most of them, you first of all, for example, the data type, it should be date time, not objects, right? So your type conversions, so you want to convert to string or you want to convert to integer, um, you want to remove, for example, those smileys or emojis, whatever they call it. You want to normalize text. Then you also want to create a table for your SQL, right? You want to create a table for SQL because understand that when we get there next week. Then yeah, so that is the basic things you lay out at the beginning of your pipeline, right? In terms of Python now. So you now start, we'll see where we'll start learning or recalling our if else. are going to use it a lot. We're going to use if else a lot. Use it during our ETL pipeline. Then doing the transformation, that's the one that will take some time because that's the cleaning part of it. Where we do our standardization, missing value, imputation, and the different things we need to do, even inferring of objects. We get there. Then also we now do our loading, which is we'll save the data and also prepare it for analytics. That saved data will now be prepared for analytics. Literally, that's how it is for Python.
Okay.
So during the analytics now, as you're analyzing, you are visualizing. As you're analyzing, you're visualizing. So now, how we do it in our own case, we'll be using Python and SQL at the same time, because take note, our ETL pipeline will also involve SQL and Python, so that when we're analyzing, we use Python, we'll also use SQL, then we'll visualize. We use Python, we use SQL, we'll visualize. We use Python, we use SQL, we'll visualize for each question we are answering, right?
Okay.
For each question we are answering, we use Python, we use SQL, then we'll visualize. So we use Python, we get the results. We use SQL, we get the result to see, did we achieve the same result? Did we get the same result? Yes, then we go ahead, we now visualize that particular question or the answer to that particular question. We visualize it, right? So we do that. Then when we are done with all those analytics, right? Because take note, when you run your data inside the ETL pipeline, it automatically cleans that data because we've already set the cleaning parameters in that ETL pipeline under the transformation. So when it comes out as clean data, so we can now analyze. Then we now analyze, like I said, we now use both Python and SQL, then we'll visualize, and it's going to be an interactive visualization, not static. So it's going to be an interactive visualization, not static visualization. So we're going to do that. Then at the end of it all, we now create a web application.
Okay.
You know, yes, we now create a web application for that. So then we can now maybe in the web application, depending on the questions answering, we can maybe have a dashboard. We can also have some insights in there also, so that you can easily, instead of course, the web application is something like the stakeholder who is a non-tech stakeholder, you won't expect he or she to go through your codes, right? So what they go through is either, so for example, for you using Power BI now, what they go through is your Power BI dashboard, or those using Excel dashboard, they go through your Excel dashboard, or those using Tableau, they go through your Tableau dashboard. So it's something like that. You don't expect them to understand what you did, like how you achieved that, your Tableau dashboard or your Power BI dashboard. They might not understand the process used to achieve it, but what they are seeing, the final result, they should be able to understand it. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So it's going to be like that. So that's what the web application is going to be like. So literally every question you've answered, is going to be in that web application. And you now, maybe if something that you need to solve a problem, you solve the problem, and now present it to a stakeholder. So it can now be scalable. So you can now maybe connect.
It's a lot of work.
So yes, a lot of work. That was I don't want us. I don't want us to break it. I want the flow. Now,
yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting.
Now, imagine you're doing something like this. On Saturday, you do something like this with a particular kind of data. On next week, Thursday, you do something like with a totally different type of data. You're following these same steps. Then upper week, you're doing it with another different type of data, because like I told you, consistency. Once you are consistent, when they tap you, they wake you up. Like it will get to take notes as we are going through, we'll see errors. We're going to experience errors. Then we'll now see how we debug. You understand? Then you know that, okay, there's no, you can be a programming beast, but there's no how you encounter errors, right? So you see how you debug. You guys will even start understanding the type of errors in Python, name error and the rest of them, you start to understand, oh, because you've encountered those errors, you've debugged, you've solved those errors, and next time when you see those errors, you understand it immediately, right? We'll show you how to
Yeah.
use Google, right? We'll show you how to use Google because, like I said, before all this Chat GPT and the rest of them, then we use Google whenever we encounter an error that we don't understand, and it
Stack
takes us to
Overflow.
Stack Overflow. Stack
Yeah.
Overflow, yeah. So it takes us to Stack Overflow. So we'll show you how to use that. But AI is here to help you. If you want it to be faster, also, you can also just get that error, paste it in your whatever AI tool you are using, and it explains the error for you, and you also, it makes your work faster also. So yes, so we are going to go through all these processes consistently. I want to make sure that by December 31, like, at least I'll be so grateful to God if by December 31, at least 10 people I can beat my chest. I will say, oh, these 10 people, I can recommend them. Because you get to that level that you can say, okay, I can recommend this person. Because if you recommend someone and that person goes to the interview and the person messes up, is going to tell bad on you that recommended that person, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I want to get a stage that I will be able to say, okay, I can recommend this person. Oh, this particular role, maybe if I'm given the opportunity to recommend, I'll be like, oh, I can recommend this person, right? So we'll do this thing continuously back to back. That's why I said we'll come prepared. We'll do these things continuously back to back, right? So
Yeah.
be ready for everything. Error handling. You will see how debugging is stressful. Sometimes it takes you, like I said, AI is making it easier now, but then sometimes it takes you hours to debug. So people that started coding when AI came, they don't know how easy, like they don't know how. Then it takes you hours to debug. And I remember then when I was in Germany, we go and we play games. Use this, and then we're doing PS4. So we go, so just to clear your head, then you come back again. Right? So it's that that tedious. So but now, like I said, AI is making it easy. So we'll also make use of AI for errors. I don't know if you guys registered for what Peter dropped. Peter dropped something some time ago on the I think it's the Python Challenge group. I can't remember the group he dropped it. On AI registration. I don't know if you guys, it's starting on the 10th, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's on the 10th. So you guys should go back there and try and register for that. So yeah, so we'll
Sorry,
do
please.
these things, like I said.
Can Peter repost that link on the Python challenge?
I don't have an idea of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Peter.
I don't have an idea of it as well.
Okay, Peter, please try and repost the link on this chat, or maybe on the Python challenge, wherever is more convenient for you guys. So repost it so that they can try and register for it. Yeah. So we're going to do these things, like I said, back to back. That now. So it's going to be of immense benefit to those also that are currently in school, that are doing masters in maybe data science or data analytics. It's also going to be of immense benefit to you. When I was doing my masters, for some funny reasons, we are using more of Python than even SQL. Almost throughout my masters, and almost all my projects then was with Python. So, but my point is, yeah, we're going to do all these things back to back. Like I said, this is like a 2-in-1 stuff. We're going to be using both Python and SQL at the same time. And also we're going to be doing some interesting visualization. Trust me when I say interesting, the visualization is going to be really, really, really interesting. Right? We're going to do some interesting visualization, and we're going to solve some real world problems, so that when these things are in your portfolio or on your GitHub and they're seeing these things, they'll be like, people will be interested in or wanting to know more about that project, and invite you for interviews. So yeah, so let's just get prepared for that next week. So we're going to start 8 on the dot. So for those in the UK, 7 on the dot. So we're not even waiting. Even if it's one person that comes 8 a.m., on the dot, we start instantly because I don't want to cut it short. I want the flow to just go. You know, I don't want us to start it then and say, oh, time is up, let's continue. It just kills the whole flow once we've started this. So let's call it a streak. Let's call it a streak. I think it makes it more interesting. Let's call it a streak. So once we start this streak, because like I said, we'll start with this data set now. Next one, we'll do with another data set, another kind of data set from, so let's say the health industry, finance industry, e-commerce industry. We're just going to go through and solve real world problems in those sectors, real world problems. So we're not just doing something vague. Like I said, that I'm always using that Titanic data set as an example because that thing is so vague. Most companies, if they see that, they don't even know what to do with that project because what are you trying to show to them? Right? So we will solve real world problems. You will see how to solve real world problems, right? Real world problems. And you know, you really appreciate it. Actually, you using Power BI, when you start seeing how these web applications, for example, the one you just saw now that we did, you see something like that, and you see how, you know, even as a layman, you can easily just go on that link and, you know, get insights. Even after this class, I want you guys to still go deeper into that link. There are so many things you need to see. Go deeper and scroll down the side everywhere, like go deeper into that link. So you now understand and appreciate problem solving using web applications, right? So it's something I really want you guys also to really learn. So yeah, that's literally it. So any question? This is time. Any question? Let me see the chat. I've not opened the chat since. Okay, I think Peter has dropped.
I've just registered now, sir.
Okay. So any questions? So I've not heard some people's voices today. Let me see. Oiza, who else again? Mata Ese. Oiza and Mata Ese. Ola Olua also. So do you guys have any questions or anything to say?
No questions from me.
All right. So we'll call it a day, and so you guys should try and finish up the assignment, submit it, so and get prepped up for Saturday. Someone wants to say something?
Hello, Chidex.
Yeah.
Yeah, good evening. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. You?
Yeah, I just finished from work, so it's been a very busy day, but I was using my phone to just follow. So I've posted I've reposted the link.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay, that's good. So
I put it in the chat so that you can inform everyone. And I'm going to start on Sunday, I guess. So the earlier the better for anyone that wants to join.
That wants to join. Okay, so you guys heard it.
Yeah, because
so,
I've received a message from my email. Yeah. Thank you so much, sir.
So you're welcome. You're welcome. So guys, try and register. Also send the links to your friends that are interested to register. I was saying it the last chatty Friday that I sent it to my friend in Nigeria. He's also a data guru, he's a data scientist. And he registered immediately. Like we are even still talking on the phone when he registered, you know, because he knows the importance, right? So please register for this. He knows the importance. I think I've said the story before. He's working for Coca-Cola in Canada. He's working remotely from Nigeria and is living a big boy life in Lagos. So
Wow.
he
Wow. Just wow.
Big money. You know the fake tax now. Here's the flex.
so yeah, so you and he registered immediately because he knows how important that is. Immediately I sent to him, well, you know, because me and him, we started our data journey together, literally. We started our data journey together. So yeah. So I encourage all of you to register via that link. Okay, so if we do not have anything, Oyiza, you're quiet. You don't have anything to say?
Maybe she's not with her system
Then,
or her phone.
yeah. Then what about Mata Essay? I heard them speak. Mata Essay
I'm not.
and
I'm in a very noisy place, so I'm not. Where I am is not.
oh,
Yes, so I'm with my phone, and
all right, no
I can't
worries.
really. Yes, thank you.
No
But
no
I'm paying
worries, no worries at all.
attention. I'm paying attention to everything.
All right,
Yes.
all right, no worries.
Mm.
Okay, so next we'll see on Saturday, 8 p.m. WAT and 7 p.m. UK time. So have a wonderful night rest and have a blissful weekend, even though we have one more day to go for the weekend. Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Thank you so
Juliet.
much, sir.
Thank you so much.
You're
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. And good night.
welcome.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
Good night,
you.
that.
everyone.
Thank you for your